Hey percussionists, this is Mr. Pickett here with a little bit of a different kind of lesson here. These are our marching bass drums, sometimes referred to as tonal bass drums, but in your music it will just merely say bass drum. Okay? Now, what we're going to show you is basically how these drums work. Now, if you look at the music to any part, be it Anchors Away, Angels We've Heard on High, or the drum cadence, which are all on your canvas module in your concert band percussion page. They each have their own module. You will see 3 different pitches for the bass drums. Now sometimes they'll be each individual note, and sometimes they'll be 3 notes, one on top of the other. Okay? But we're going to deal with the first scenario, the separate notes and different pitches. Now, there will always be 3 bass drummers. This right here would be bass drum number 1. This one here to my left, your right. The one here in the center would be bass drum number 2. And the one here, the littler one here, will be bass drum number 3. So we need 3 percussionists to cover each bass. So obviously you don't play them on the ground, you play them with harnesses, and you play them standing up and marching in band. But for these purposes, we just are going to demonstrate them this way with me kneeling down here. Okay? Now, bass drum number 1, the pitch is the lowest, and it sounds like that. Bass drum 2, the pitch is kind of in the middle, it sounds like this. And bass drum number 3, the highest pitch, will sound like this. All right? Now you'll get 3 different pitches. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. All right? Now, if you go back and look at Anchors Away, beginning at measure number 3, you will see quarter note, 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 quarter note. That's called a walking bass pattern. All right? And it is what bass drums usually play 90% of the time in marching band music here at Warren, is a walking bass pattern. The pattern is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, and so on. Now there'll be deviations from that, but if we can get you kids to learn this, at least how to do this before school opens up, that would be really putting ourselves miles ahead of the ballgame. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate it for you. This is called a walking bass pattern. Bass drum number 1 plays on beat 1. Bass drum number 2 plays on beats 2 and 4. And bass number 3 plays on beat 3. So you'll get this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and so on and so forth. Okay? You'll get that pattern, which is again is called a walking bass pattern. All right, let's listen again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, stop. And a lot of times music ends, the last beat of the piece will be with drum number 2 here in the middle, if the piece ends on beat 4. Beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. Beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. That is 90 to 95% of bass drum, tonal bass drums in our drum line here. 90 to 95%. It's mostly this. Let's listen once again. Because if you kids can do this right away when you come back to school from your time on distance learning, we will be way, way, way ahead of the game. And we can get the cadence going quicker. All right? Now again, you will find this throughout 90 to 95% of Anchors Away. All right? Here we go. Once again, starting with this bass drum here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, Now, what isn't this, I can teach that to you when you come back to school, to the three of you who are chosen to play tonal bass. All right, now there is a specific attendance policy, but that is only if we bring back the 0 period early morning marching drills. There's a handbook rule, Rule 1.6 in the handbook, which says that there is a special attendance policy for tonal basses, which means there's a limit to a specific set of excused absences as well as unexcused absences. Okay, these instruments have to be covered. If one is missing, it can disrupt the whole entire marching block. Because all of the kids are looking to stay in step. Left, left, and left, right, left, 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 and left, right, left, and so forth. They can't stay in step if one of these drums is missing because they happen to be away somewhere or just couldn't come to drill. It could affect the entire drill, and it could affect everybody's ability to stay in step, including the percussionists themselves. All right? One final demonstration, and then that'll be it. Ready? Here we go. 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Ready and stop. And that's it. That's called the walking bass pattern. Okay? So I don't know at this time which three of you will be playing bass drum, but it's very important that whoever those three people are know right away what they're doing and can right away when we get back to school, when this distance learning period ends and we are cleared to come back to school, that this is learned quickly. Okay? All right. Thank you, percussionists, for your time, and let's continue to have a fantastic year. Bye-bye.